Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Ingrid Maller and I'm here from Culture for One to show you a stained glass watercolor painting. So this is going to be something that you will need crayons and watercolors for. And I say crayons really specifically for this video because crayons are made out of wax, which water does not mix with. So when you use crayons on your page before you do watercolor, it will create a boundary for the watercolor to go in. So if that sounds a little confusing, don't worry, I'm going to show you what I mean. So first I'm going to think of what I want to draw. So to keep things simple, I'm going to do a flower. So first I'm going to do the petals. And here's the center. You can do what I am doing, or you can do your own drawing. Whatever you want it to be, you can just do shapes and lines like we've done in some of our other videos and see how you can fill those in. So here's my flower. I'll put some leaves around it. So I'm just outlining it, making sure I get the edges all the way. And then I'm going to take a little bit of watercolor. So I have the kind that comes in a tube, but maybe you have the kind that's in the palette with the little circles, and that works just as well. So with the tube kind, I just put a little bit on my palette. And then with either the tube kind or the kind in the palette, you would put your paintbrush in some water. And then pick up a little bit of watercolor. The more water you use, the lighter the color is going to be, the darker it's going to be. So then I'm painting inside of one of the leaves. And you can see with wax, with crayons, even if I put more water and I let it drip like all the way to the edge, it's not going to go outside the lines because the crayon is going to keep it in the edges. So with watercolor, I like to take my time. That can feel really nice. What's nice about this painting is you already have it drawn, so you don't have to worry about what it's going to look like. It'll just be inside of the lines that you're doing. You can see how it kind of stays inside of that. You put too much water on, like I'm doing this on purpose on this part, you can still go over the line, but otherwise it should stay inside of it. So I'm going to fill all these little green leaves in. You can put more water on the page and see how that moves, or less, and see how you like the color to be darker. You could do more than one green if you wanted, or whatever color you're using, and mix them on your page. I'm moving a little bit quickly so that I can show you how it's going to come out. You can go much slower than this. There we go. And then I'm going to get a color for the inside of my flower. I think this is the closest I have to purple. So I'm going to mix purple and red. Mix blue and red, because that should make purple. I will say purple is one of the harder colors to mix, but we'll see how this comes out. So you could do this, if you have a little tray, you can use the other side of it that doesn't have paint on it to mix your colors. And there we have a pretty nice purple, I think. You can see it on the page. And then I'm just going to fill in my flower. And you can see I didn't mix the colors all the way, because with watercolor sometimes it's nice if you have different colors inside of it. It makes it look more real, especially if you're painting something in nature. If you look at a flower or a plant up close, you might see more than one color. And I always say that one of the most important things about being an artist is starting to observe and notice like what you see when you look at things, because that will help you paint it or draw it more like the way that it is. And then I'm going to decide what color I want to be in the middle of my flower. So I think I'll do that with the red that I have left. And sometimes I'll just put like a little bit of streaks into the paint. See how it moves to make it look more realistic. And there we have my crayon and watercolor painting. So I hope whether you chose to do something similar to mine or your own design, that you were happy with how it felt to do it, and that it was an interesting activity for you and something to enjoy yourself with. And I will see you in our next video.